Hello everyone, I'm your host Brigitte Maassen. Now that Thanksgiving is over, you are finally free from all the responsibility of taking care of your family. But Christmas is coming soon and New Year's Day won't be too far. But busy days will be around your house again. Don't work too hard. Take a break once in a while and watch Senior Moments. Senior Moments covers events and activities at senior centers in the Ann Arbor Ypsilanti area, such as the Ann Arbor Senior Center, Turner Senior Research Center, the Pittsfield Senior Center, and the Ann Arbor Community Center. Also, the show provides valuable information for senior citizens on such issues of health, wealth, finance, and entertainment. Senior Moments is a monthly show. It premieres on the last Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. and it reruns 10 times a week on CTN Channel 16. Please check out our website a2gov.org/CTN for the playback schedule. Also, you can watch the show on YouTube. Please log on to youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to view current and archived shows. You may not do winter sports anymore, but you can find so many things to do inside your house, like playing some instruments. I hope the Senior Moments show will provide you some useful tips for enjoying yourself at your house. Hello, I'm Brigitte Maassen. Today, we are going to review some parts of the past Senior Moments programs in this year. We hosted a wide variety of individuals who talked about their activities and shared valuable information for seniors. In the March and April show, we had Ritchie Coleman of the Pittsfield Township Public Safety Department. Ritchie shared some important tips on how to avoid being a victim of identity theft and fraud. During his interview, he had us listen to a recorded material of a typical solicited call and discuss the issues. Let's take a look.
Because this call came in and it went to it was in the blocked phone call list.
Oh, blocked.
It was, and when I opened it up, the voicemail that they left, it actually has the number that it came from out of Japan. Let me play for you what they said in this message.
Hi, this is Alicia. Thanks for being a Consumers Energy customer. Since new energy policy has passed, the local and federal government is giving homeowners with consumers and DTE rebates of up to $2,000 to support Michigan's solar program. It won't cost you a penny out of pocket to switch to solar, and they'll pay you to do it since it supports our new mandate. To see if your home qualifies, press 1.
That's one of the scams.
I have gotten that.
You've gotten that call?
Yes.
And here's what's interesting, because that voice, probably, I would say 99.9% that is AI generated.
Oh, I would believe, yeah.
Because in the voice, in the text message of that call, there's a lot of broken English. The voice is very different.
In May, Kim McIntyre and Stacy Jackson of the Pittsfield Township Senior Center joined us. Here are some highlights from that show.
Our website is pittsfield-mi.gov. We have a new registration system. It's called DaySmart, and you can find all of our programs located at recreation.pittsfield-mi.gov. Our telephone number is 734-822-2117.
And also, how much is your membership?
So membership is $5 per year for residents, or double that to $10 per year for non-residents in Pittsfield Township.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. So
Yeah.
how do you function? I mean, your programs, I mean, that's unbelievable.
Thankfully, we are subsidized by Pittsfield Township residents, as well as we have volunteers that lead a lot of our programs.
June show was fun. We had multi-instrumentalist Betsy Beckerman. During her interview, she played banjo, Irish flute, concertina, and at the end of her interview, she played the hammered dulcimer. Let's review her performance.
And I'll just play a quick tune. So this is a very cheerful instrument. Doll. Well, I went around the corner and I went around the block and I walked right into a bakery shop and I took a donut out of the grease, handed the owner a 5-cent piece. He looked at the nickel and he looked at me. He said, "This nickel's no good to me. There's a hole in the middle and it goes right through." Said I, "There's a hole in the donut too. Thanks for the donut. Goodbye." It's a percussion instrument.
Yes.
I'll do a little bit of a shaker hymn. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come round where we all should be. And when we find ourselves in a place just right, it will be in the valley of love and delight.
It's really interesting because it sounds almost like an organ.
Yeah, it's a reed instrument.
Yeah, and it's a different sound from accordion.
Yeah, to me it's a mellower sound. This is also this particular instrument's about 100 years old.
Yeah. In July, exercise instructor Mark A. Harris demonstrated some exercise movements for seniors that you can do while you're sitting on a chair. Take a look.
So just a very basic thing, you just extend, yeah. So we just, and we'll alternate. So you want to sit tall, you want good posture, very good. Shoulders back, you're looking straight ahead. You're going to go with the right, then, left, right, right, and left. You want to make sure your abs tight, chest is up, left, good, right, and left, and right, and left. You can do a certain number of those,
Yeah.
And the thing is, you want to start with something that you can do, and then build from there. Now, another thing is, let's say you sit on the edge of the chair, you can lean back. Now, we can make circles, yep, go one way, and then go back, go the other way. Very good. All right, now same thing with the other, and go one way. Very good. And then go back the other way. Excellent. And then from here you can, now, as you lean back, you want to make sure that your lower back is tucked underneath. So you don't want to fill in the space. You can kick, yeah, flutter kicks. Very good. And you can do things, and so you can also do knee lifts. Right. Very good. And then you can also get some bands or some light weights, and then you can do your.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
very
I have
good.
those, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then bands you can pull apart. Now, it's very important that the body moves in basically 3 planes. The plane that runs from side to side is called the frontal plane. And the plane that runs from front to back is called the sagittal plane. The plane that where you twist, that's the transverse plane. So you want to do, as we get older, basically life is programmed in front.
Okay.
We move forward.
Okay.
All right. So a lot of the pains as we get older, they're in the back because we don't do a lot of things in the back. So you have sciatica, you have rotator cuff, you have low back pain, and so you need to make sure you're working. So keep those 3 planes in mind. So you want to do front and want to do back. So I go forward Right. Now I'm walking backwards.
Yeah, okay.
Then walking side to side.
Yeah.
That's the frontal plane.
Okay.
Because again, a lot of people just go forward, and then you want to. One of the exercise that we do is we take 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, and turn around one way. 1, 2, 3, turn around the other way. So we want to do those kinds of things too. So and then another thing, we get a broomstick, and then we go turn back and forth. Again, we're working on our. So you want to work the body in different planes.
Yeah,
And keep that
okay.
in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
In August, Angela Bingham of the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at the Cerner Geriatric Center shared the information about organization and very interesting classes that they offer. I hope some of you can take advantage of those classes.
OLLI stands for the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at the University of Michigan. It's an organization that is a volunteer-centered membership organization. You need to be a member of the organization to participate. However, we do offer programming for non-members, and it's for anyone 50 and older who wants to be a lifelong learner.
Wonderful, because I have some notes, so we won't forget anything, so all our viewers will be able to know a lot of information. Like you mentioned, you have to be 55 and older, yeah?
No, 50 and older.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So because, I had some, okay. And also, what is the difference from OLLI to other organizations in the, not only just in an Arbor area, but in general?
In general, it's really the fact that it is a volunteer-centered organization. So the volunteers who are members of the organization actually create all of the programming that we offer. So twice a year, they work together to put on amazing programs. We have over 60 programs twice a year that they organize. So it's volunteer-led. So that's the key part of it.
This is amazing.
Yes.
In the modern age, everything seems to be taken over by computers, but many seniors still love reading books. But it's also true that our eyesight isn't as good as our younger days, but public libraries would help us continue to read. For October show, Katie Mankrachevitz of Washtenaw Library for the Blind and Print Disabled was on the show. She showed us some large print books and devices for people with vision problems to read. So maybe you could explain what they are.
I will. And so it's interesting that you said that, because they've got things here for sort of all levels or different abilities, visual disabilities. Just so you know, the service is for people who have visual disabilities, physical disabilities, and learning disabilities. So those are the ways that you qualify for the service. But this is the digital talking book machine, and this plays audiobooks that come on a digital cartridge that looks like this. This is just a USB drive that's encased in plastic that makes it easier to handle.
Yeah.
And this just goes right in the front of the machine. There's only one way to go in.
That's what I was wondering. So, because if you have
can't
problems
put it in the wrong way.
Yeah, okay,
right?
good, yeah.
And all the buttons are large and tactile, so they're meant for if you can't see well.
Yeah.
But let me just turn it on real quick.
Player on. 5 books.
So you can.
Okay.
You could hear that there's 5 books on this cartridge. Depending on the size of the book,
Wow.
we can sometimes put like 30 books on
Oh
a
my
cartridge.
God,
So
on
there's
this-
lots of
oh,
storage
wow.
space. Yeah. So that's a really nice way that people like to listen to the audiobooks. And this comes through the mail. We send these in the mail in a case that looks like this. But there's other options too. So some people can read large print. We have
Yeah.
large print books that come from the Ann Arbor District Library's collection.
Can I see what it
Yeah,
looks
of course.
what large print looks like?
Yeah.
No, I'm curious for myself. Oh, this is wonderful.
Isn't it nice? It's just a little bit
Yeah,
easier on
even
the
for
eye.
myself.
Yeah.
So are most books in large prints or not?
Most books are in what we call standard size print, and so this would be a little bit larger than that. And they come in the mail in a reusable cloth bag like this, and you just put it back in when you're done and
maybe
send it back
we
to
should
the library.
show this,
Yeah.
I mean, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
In November, Andrea Lang of Silver Club Memory Programs and Sarah Weiss of Washtenaw Support Network for Caregivers, both of which are the departments of University of Michigan Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. They shared important information about the organizations and how the family members can interact with patients.
when we have, family members who are meeting me with the first time and meeting our staff, it's like, well, I don't know how this is going to go today, Andrea. Like, well, let's just take it one day at a time, because you don't know unless you try.
Exactly.
If they're not used to, a social environment, because again, we had the pandemic for years, and now everyone's trying to get out of the phrases that go be more social.
Right.
So socialization is so important for the brain, and definitely give us a try and
definitely
try to get that respite for yourself.
Yeah, I know. I hear this over and over again that you have all those mind games and puzzles, but interaction with actual people and the socialization is one of the most important things, I think. So basically, if one of the caregivers comes to you and then they can, if they have no other person to take care of, the person they take care of, they can bring them to you. So during that time, they have to pay you then, yeah?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because that's important to know.
And we would help that person go through the onboarding process, the intake, and the assessment process as well.
And
we like to be very thorough.
And sometimes a caregiver will reach out to me, and they might be looking for a specific kind of service that maybe isn't something that we're able to provide, or maybe we have a wait list and they can't get that specific thing right now. And so something that I also do is I talk with caregivers one-on-one about, okay, so here are some other programs in the county. We can't do this, but that other organization can do that. And so I think it can be helpful also to have kind of that,
because it's a
liaison
very
to find out what else
individual
is out there.
situation
Exactly.
also. You have to kind of, just kind of specifically put it to the situation.
Every caregiver has their own needs.
Exactly.
We try to understand that and figure out what will work for the specific person.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us on Senior Moments. I hope you enjoyed the show. I'm Brigitte Maaßen. I wish you a happy holidays.